Hey everyone, so here's my latest update as far as my projects are concerned. No, it's been a while since I've done any bigger projects. I'm pretty happy with this one. This is a customer slash buddy of mine's F350, and we live in upstate New York where everything turns to dust because of the rust. And he decided that he had enough of trying to piece together his factory bed and had me build him a flatbed. So this is the basic structure of it. There's a couple more cross members I got to put in before the floor is ready, and the bumper is just all kind of tacked together at this point. We went with kind of a box truck style bumper. There'll be a couple of lights here and here, and this whole center section will be closed in. Um, License plate and stuff will go there, and then there'll be a hole drilled so you can utilize a factory spare tire lift system. And there's going to be a crane over here in this back corner that'll be removable. Have some weld-on D-rings that go along that bottom rail. There's going to be some stake pockets on both sides so that you can run stake bed sides that will U-clamp to the bar here to make them stable, nice and secure. My next step here is to get the couple cross members in that I need, and then box this or fill this in. This is going to have a plate in here, and it's going to have a recess in it so the fuel fill can come up into here. So I got to do a lot of custom detail work here with the fuel fill to make this all look good. The other side will just be, plated in, won't have a recess. And then once I'm done with that, she's coming off the truck. I'm gonna plate in this front side so nothing can go crashing in the cab. This top area here between this bar and that bar is gonna have a plate across the top so you can mount lights or whatever he wants up there. Maybe an antenna, who knows. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Everything's designed to bolt to the factory frame. I know my mounts are real basic, nothing fancy there, just some square tube. I did that on purpose. I thought about doing something more elaborate, but it just didn't make any sense, and I needed something that could easily be cleaned out, because you get road grime and road salt, stuff like that, into those areas. I wanted something you could spray out with a pressure washer or a hose and clean them out, and be able to coat it with oil or whatever you want to do, Z-Bart, to keep that stuff from rusting out. This is all C-channel, so nothing will get inside of there. It's a wood deck that we're putting on here. All the boards are all soaking in oil currently, and they'll be bolted or screwed down to the C-channel. They sit flush with the top of this, or actually just a little bit lower, but I mean, we're talking about a hair. And we're gonna have some push-in lights here in the corner. And no, these are not fully welded, neither is the bottom. Once this comes off, I'll fully weld everything. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I wanted to take a look at this from the side to make sure that my line on the bed flowed with the body line here. Same with the crossbar right there. And I also wanted to see how I felt about this rear bumper, because you can see here the bumper's inset from the bed, but I did that on purpose because if you look here, the bumper is not attached to the bed. Okay, I did that on purpose because my thought process is if he ever gets rear-ended or something, backs into something, smashes the bumper up, it doesn't destroy the bed. It'll just tear up the bumper. We can build a new bumper, straighten that one out. But if this was welded to this back rail on this bed and he hits it, it's going to twist it in and tear a bunch of stuff up. Now we're fixing the bed and the bumper. So what I did, if you look, it's inset and raised up above the bottom line of the bed. So when you're looking at it from all angles, unless you climb underneath, it looks like it's attached, but it's not. So that's why I went that way. I like it. I think it looks good. Only problem is it's kind of inset, so if you're like stepping on here to climb in, that's a little bit of a shin basher. But I guess, you know, worst comes to worst, put a hitch step on here, climb up into there, no problem. We went with a gold wing style box. We had the original aluminum diamond plate box, which I really screwed up on that, I'll just admit it, because I wanted these hoops to line up with the cab, and for me to have that aluminum box that opened up this way, it was going to crash into here, and I thought I had enough clearance. I didn't have anywhere near enough clearance, but the gold wing box looks better, it works better, so we went with that. I guess in the end it's a happy mistake. The mounts here for this, even though they look adjustable, they're not. Initially I was going to design them to be adjustable, height adjustable, and then I was thinking about it and I was concerned with everything just being a flat plate. The side loads on it I thought were going to be too much. So, and I knew I was going to put a top plate on here, so that would also kind of compromise things as far as height adjustability. So what I ended up doing is welding a plate here to this tube, and these bolts are upside down, but I actually have different bolts. But anyways, these bolts keep it from side loading, but it also prevents it from moving up and down. So this hole here is pretty much useless. This one here, I'm going to find a D-ring, or excuse me, a shackle, or to put in here. If I got to open that hole up, I will. So that'll give him another tie down point. And you remove those 3 bolts from that bracket, and this plate comes off and the whole toolbox will come off. 3 bolts on each side, and that opens up the bed for quite a bit of space if you need it. So this is ballpark 9 feet by 7 feet. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. What do you guys think? Anyways, if you guys haven't subscribed to me on YouTube, go ahead and do it. And I'll do a quick walkthrough of the shop. It's a giant mess. Give you a shop update while I'm here. Not a full one, but at least show you where I'm at in here. So as the light shifts, you can see that I got my 12,000 pound 2-post advantage lift in. I'm starting to run power for lights and plugs and stuff. Decided to put a halt to it, and I got enough power to get my welder working. My Everlast PowerTig 210 EXT is kicking butt. But yeah, I got enough power to get that going, enough power to use the 2-post lift. What I don't have is it's not finished, installed properly. So I got to wire this up correctly. I just decided I would do an extension cord style thing for now until I get this flatbed done. I got to install the locking system for this side. It's a cable that goes up and over the lift. But yeah, as soon as that flatbed's done, I'll button this lift up and we'll get to town get going on finishing up the electrical in here so I can actually have some light switches and I'm not powering up this shop with an extension cord. Right now I got an extension cord dragging across the yard going here to this center set of lights. So yeah, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of that flatbed. Talk to you later.